So I want to give you guys an update video on the high density demo garden that we installed last fall at this time. Now we had to redo it this past spring because the trees that were in there, the mango and the longan and what have you, most of that stuff had died this past winter because we had an abnormally cold winter. So what you're looking at here is really just about 5 to 6 months worth of growth. There was nothing alive or with any foliage here beginning-ish of April. So this plot, we dug out a 12 by 12 square. You can see it sitting underneath 50% shade fabric. It's in the middle of our inventory area here. We dug down a couple foot and we replaced the soil with a mixture of part native soil. I think it was about 25% native soil, half our soil, 5-10% sphagnum peat, and a little bit of lava rock, a little bit of compost, a bunch of worm castings. And then over the past year, we've added probably a good 5 or 6 foot depth of organic material. All the leaves, weeds, grass, whatever gets trimmed in this area gets dumped into here. Now we've also used sulfur twice in this area over the past year. Once last fall and then again beginning-ish of April. We had this tested a couple months ago and the pH came back at 6.3. Because the pH is lower, a lot of the nutrients that are in the soil are now available. So I actually have not fertilized at all since end of April. No fish emulsion, no foliar feed, no granular, no fresh compost, no worm castings, nothing. Just repetitive piling on of organic material, watering about once a weekish. And you can see here the trees are doing really well. So I'll take in a little tour. This here is longan. Now this is probably my favorite tree in the garden area because he was toast after this past winter. Literally, it was a stick maybe 18 inches tall. There was no green on it whatsoever. Left alone. This is all about 6 months-ish worth of growth. And you can see here, because he's getting the food and water that he wants, the pH is lower. No tip burn, no edge burn, no yellow leaves. Large foliage. This is what they're supposed to look like. When your plants are healthy, they look it. They look happy. Next to it, we have the blackberry jam fruit. A little bit of a slow grower. He's put on maybe 6 to 8 inches of growth this year. Next to it is a star fruit. Again, this guy has gone crazy with the lower pH environment. Tons of new growth. A lot of flowers, a lot of fruit. Star fruit is a fairly easy subtropical fruit tree to grow here in the Phoenix area. You can container grow them, you can put them in the ground. They like sun, but they will want a little bit of afternoon shade the first summer or two. Protect them when they're young, when we start getting down into the low 30s. As they mature, they will handle our winters and they will mature into full sun. Again, a very easy fruit tree to grow here and for beginners. And they generally start fruiting first or second year. All of our trees are grafted, so they're going to put out fruit right away. Good looking plants as well. Behind it, we have the peanut butter fruit, growing a little slow, probably due to lack of sunlight, between the 50% shade fabric and getting boxed in with the other trees. Kind of having the same problem here with the star cherry. Lack of sunlight. It's boxed in by the bananas to the west, shade fabric. June plum here in the middle is doing well. It's put out about 3 crops of fruit this year. In the back corner is a Suriname cherry. Back middle is a Mexican dwarf papaya. He's maxed out in height, 8 foot. Started putting on fruit about 4 weeks ago. And then behind there is a Nam Doc Mai mango. Again, probably lack of sunlight is holding him back just a bit. What has impressed me the most with our garden is the health of the trees. It pleases me to see that whatever it is that we're doing is working. I love seeing full-sized foliage. Like I said, no burnt tips, no burnt edges, no yellowing on the leaves. If you lower the pH to what these trees want, which is generally between 6 and 6.5, they'll be happy. Like I said, I have not fed anything since end of April. bring that pH down, and all the nutrients that are available in the surrounding soil, whether it be native soil or your amended soil, become available to the tree. And then you can back off with all of the fertilizers. If you guys have any questions, please ask in our Facebook group, Living the Green Life. Our website is greenlife by SeamusO'Leary.com. We do sell trees through the website, but we do not ship at this time, for local pickup only. Our Instagram page is Seamus_O'Leary_. If you have any questions, please ask below.